Z for eMoneyWizard.com and MarketWizards.com, reminding traders to use risk capital you can afford to lose if you're playing this game. All right, we're taking a look at the monthly chart, and got a little bit larger bars, 120s, so we can see enough real estate, enough territory. And I do believe that a lot of times we get lost because the map, we're too close. We got our face too close to the GPS. You need to step back to see prior ranges and understand patterns. And a lot of traders poo-poo patterns and charts, and they just want to trade off the dome or whatever. But for me, it's much more visual, and I've learned to read some patterns that seem to be fairly reliable. So let's just review a couple of things that I'm looking at this chart. I'm going to treat this zone right here as 1. And these are things that I've tried to teach on a smaller scale, dynamite triangles and third time throughs. All this is detailed in our criminal handbook. And S2. Almost looks like they're trying to make that 73 the pivot today. Anybody that's playing short side, a reminder. This is an important area that we're tackling right here, the 73 to 70. You can see it on this chart. That's one of the things I'm trying to illustrate with this chart. The importance of a couple points to you and me, but to the big boys, no, not even close. And I'm going to look at this range, these 2 days here, as the third. So this is the third time through. Right? One, double, rejected, found support. Remember we'd said 26, 25 support. Bang, higher highs. Coming back in, looking to test the 98 because 98 was last year's high. Held at 26.75 in a quarter, which is the year open, and then boom, kick the can up here through the use of these large bars, and some of it in overnight type trading, and then hold the middle. It's 26, 22. I'm sorry, 27. 22, 27, 25, we said support because it's the middle of this swing. And then we get that pullback, but it holds. Remember that day, 29 lows last Friday? And then all of a sudden we get this huge thrust, and a lot of it done on, nonsense, so overnight gap. And everybody's cheering. This is where the cheerleaders come in. And this is what I had said at the time, that whether we go 25 points lower or 25 points higher, it doesn't matter. So somebody's going to be cheering as if they're in that trade, and okay, and let's just close our eyes. And, my thought was we got to fade those type of moves to get back into balance. So if we'd come down back into this range from here, back into the 25, this would have been a buy. Would be the way I would have looked at that. This is a sell as we get close to the edge. And that's the art of understanding the travel range that we have gone. And we know we've got trapped traders until we get back and close that gap. Close to it. So risk and reward starts to come in as you get closer to that gap. So this is a very important look right now. And truthfully, this is a retest area. This was that range at the end of that day, that at 46 to 64, all done at the end of the day. Boom, boom. Squeeze, gotcha. And that was the breakout I referred to. Remember when I said 46 to 48 breakout? This was the breakout I was referring to. And first things first, you got to get to the 94 target. Whoa, that's where they open, right? 93 and a half. So clearly, this is a chart that is in play for the big boys, and they're understanding these ideas. I hope that helps, and that's just one person's view. This is the way I look at the market. Not everybody has to see it the same way that I see it, but that's what I'm looking at, and that's why I think this 70 area is a big deal right now, based on this chart. Because if we bleed back in here, then we open the door to come back and retest all this fluff. And that may not happen today, may not happen, well, it won't happen tomorrow. But until that happens, this is the aggressive support area trying to hold. And this is, so I'm going to take this, borrow that, and say this is our fighting area right now. That's our resistance box, and this is our support box. Hope that helps.